Welcome to the emotional ecosystem. It's a high-stakes landscape where the lush jungle of human connection is governed by the cold architecture of a trading floor. Every interaction here is a transaction. In this environment, you are the blue-chip asset. You bring an abundance of spiritual wealth and compounding vital energy to every partnership you authorize. This spiritual equity battery is plummeting from a healthy green into a flashing red insufficient soul zone. Every minute you stay tethered to the wrong partner, your internal reserves are liquidated. You are facing a soul tie foreclosure. By staying tethered to an energy vampire, you've allowed your emotional reserves to fund their lifestyle, while your own account goes into default. Leaving these parasitic financial animals in your life bankrupts your divine destiny and liquidates your entire future prosperity. Our field guide identifies the first major threat in the ecosystem as the bear. A bear market is a period where prices fall or are expected to fall, typically by 20. The shark locks you into high-interest emotional debts using flashy initial charm as collateral. Once you're invested, the hidden fees begin to drain your peace and your sanity. This ledger shows you carrying the load alone, making massive deposits of energy, while the shark provides zero equity. The ledger tips as he siphons your future blessings, harvesting your prosperity to fund his present. The shark seeks a host, not a partner. He will eagerly consume your future to fund his own immediate needs. This predatory cycle eventually triggers a volatility event. This is the breaking point where your spiritual reserves hit absolute zero and the market for the relationship collapses. We measure this collapse using the RSI, the Relationship Saturation Index. In finance, RSI measures the speed and change of price movements to identify overvalued conditions. Here, it shows your emotional energy plunging from a hyped-up peak into a red crash zone. Hitting this threshold confirms the relationship's value was built on fraudulent inflation. The crash is already active. Surviving the crash requires you to move from prey to a protected asset. You begin with a ruthless emotional audit of every person in your portfolio. You must serve literal eviction notices to the bear and the shark. This action halts the drain on your internal market immediately. Liquidation requires freezing their access to your spiritual reserves. You are cutting spiritual subsidies that allowed them to thrive at your expense. Connection requires strict regulation. To protect your divine destiny, you must manage your soul like a central bank and ruthlessly cut off parasitic investments.